Hello, my name's JakeTheRipper, and I'm back with another Avatar Conquest Heroic Victory. I was asked by someone on Discord to do a battle with ninjas, so here we are. And taking a look at the army composition here, I'm bringing, alongside the ninjas of course, some Yari Ashigaru, some Nodachis, and a mixed Cav contingent. Mainly just to support the ninjas, or at least have the ninjas support that army, and see what magic I can work, because I'm planning on playing this pretty fast and loose. There's not much to say regarding the deployment phase here, other than the fact that, yeah, I do plan on Vanguard deploying my ninjas, so I can catch him in a trap if he goes towards the melee dojo, because that's the dojo I want. And then after I do that, I deploy my troops in my basic formation, which is Yari Ashigaru supported by Nodachis, and then my Cav on either flank. And as the battle begins here, I deploy straight for the melee dojo, because I want to make the most of having more melee attack for my ninjas and my front line, as well as my cavalry could use more attack. You know, the more the better. I might run into other cavalry or attack his sword units, and I would like to have more melee attack to make that decisive as possible. And now he's deploying for the morale dojo, and he's got a mixture of Yari, guns, swords, and bows, which means my army is pretty much perfect to counter that. I've got mostly melee, I've got ninjas, and I've got lots of cav to get rid of those pesky units that could otherwise kill all of mine. Alright. So I see that he's neglecting the melee dojo, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for me to take it. My ninjas are still hidden in the trees, but I'm slowly thinking of a plan right now to use them. Thinking back to my last heroic victory, or sorry, the first heroic victory, when I mentioned that players have no object permanence in Avatar Conquest Online, I was thinking about this strongly during this battle, and I decided to use it to the best of my abilities. Sun Tzu quote comes to mind: "When near, appear far." I'm starting to get my cav around him now. I'm trying to make him sort of feel pressure and keep his forces enclosed in this nice little ball so my encirclement can be pulled off without a hitch. And now I'm slowly walking my ninja still towards the fight, and I've got my cavalry circling around. I ended up going with a sort of constantly moving cavalry formation, so I keep my cav running around his backline to keep him distracted, and I've got my ninjas running up, and I make sure I run them so he sees them. He knows they're there. This is all part of another test and another tactic that I'm just trying out right now. And so yeah, I'm keeping my cav moving. I'm keeping him on edge because he doesn't know when that cav is going to attack. And he's deployed spears in his rear, so he doesn't have to deal with a rear charge. But I see that, and I notice that his guns on his one side will be completely undefended if I run up there. And so he is pushing spear units up there, but they're going to be distracted soon. I've got more cav circling, and I'm going to continue doing that. And now we can see here he successfully noob squared. I've forced him into the noob square. This is going really well. Don't know why he wants to sit on the morale dojo. He doesn't appear to have any cav at this moment. So still, I'm showing him my ninjas. I'm making sure he sees them. I'm making sure they're nice and visible. And he can... they're one big thing to distract them with. And so I've still got cav circling. I've got cav in the trees still. And I've got my main forces pulled all the way back. And I'm lining up my ninjas here. I'm starting to pull back my main line a little bit. I want to make him think that I'm still thinking and that I'm not about to attack. So now I hit the stealth, and I'm going to charge right into his spears there. So now he doesn't know that I'm charging. As far as he knows, my ninjas just disappeared. And so he's focusing on that. See, he's bringing troops up to counter that. But meanwhile, I'm using cav to charge his guns. And I'm still running around him and encircling him with cav, putting the pressure on him. And so my ninjas are still approaching, and he's not going to counter it. In fact, he's running away and putting a unit of bows in front. Or that's what it seems like. And now his guns have been charged. He's trying to counter with spears. But then my ninjas appear from out of nowhere. This is what I meant about having no object permanence. And they catch his entire right side off guard. And now I've got my cav ready to commit to the fight. I've got cav that just wiped out a unit of guns. It's engaged with spears. I'm pulling them out now. And now I'm going to push up my main line to keep the pressure up. So my cav has been caught a little bit, and I'm pulling them out. And I'm circling around my other cav, because he's got a huge opening in his line there. You can see he's got all his swords exposed along with his bows, and I'm trying to take advantage of that. And he's only currently got one unit of Yaris running around trying to protect that. So I'm putting as much pressure as I can with these two cav units here, pulling out and trying to pull back in. That way he's mixing up his movement orders and getting flustered. And with that, I proceed to move my other cav contingent around the back, and my ninjas break the first unit, and now they're going into the second, third, and fourth. They're engaging 4 missile units all at once, and then those missile units will be supported by swords, but at this point it doesn't matter. I've got too many of their non-melee units engaged, and it's going quite well for me. And you can see here, he's got a couple of gaps I'm able to exploit. So his spears have been caught by my Nodachis, my Yariashi are coming up to support, and right there's a huge gap at his line, and I'm going to go right for the charge on the swords. And my cavalry's going right in there, and a nice fat charge. Now I'm going to keep quiet for a moment, and we're going to let the battle play out for a little bit. Right here, just like a lot of other players, he leaves his general completely exposed near the end of the fight, so I'm just going to take advantage of that and rear charge him now to end the fight faster. Because he does have the morale dojo, so I could use a nice morale shock, although that advantage is about to disappear. And out of nowhere here, he brings a unit of light cav or 2 into the fight way too late. Don't know what he was thinking keeping his light cav way far back this entire time. Maybe he was thinking he could get a rear charge in me. But it all happened so fast and I was forcing him to micro so much that he must have just not been paying attention. So you can see the 1 unit of light cav there, and I'm pretty sure there's 2. But I can't see it right at this moment. Yeah. And here it is, another heroic victory for your viewing pleasure. And taking a look at the post-battle screen here, you see that it deployed less than my opponent, lost about roughly 1/6 of my guys, and killed almost more than I deployed. So, I mean, look here, I got a veteran unit of ninjas out of that, so one of my vanilla ninjas ranked up. And in just a moment, we're going to take a look at the kills here. And I'm a bit of a weeb, so I named them Jake's Hands, because, you know, haha, memes. So looking at my unit statistics, the Yari Cav and the ninjas did the best, taking on enough men to way more than pay for themselves. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the content and you want to see more Avatar Conquest heroic victories. But until then, have fun and take it easy. Peace.